Hi, I'm Person with Wine. We are back for part three for my wine showcase of all the wines that we are opening for my wine tasting and dinner event. And today, guess which wines we're opening. You can guess by the color of my jersey. We are going to be showcasing red wines today. If you came from part two, you know that the difference in taste in wine really depends on how the grape conditions were in terms of what the climate was of the region in which it was grown in, and also the stylistic choices that a winemaker makes to actually make the wine. We stick to the same theme of highlighting the same grape grown in two different regions. The last video, we looked at a white wine made out of Chardonnay from the Oak Knoll AVA region, which is a little northern than the Sonoma coast that we are going to be exploring today. Burgundy is known for making single varietal, quality-driven wines. Part of the reason why Burgundy is so expensive is one, marketing. There's lots of demand for it. And so when there's demand, you can increase the price to however you like. Burgundy has just really been on a run for the last 5 to 10 years. Thus, you end up getting a wine that's really driven by the land in which it was grown. We have our Mercury AOC Village level wine. It comes from the Côte Chalonnaise region of Burgundy, which is a little bit more south. It tends to be a little warmer. Pinot Noir, the most prestigious ones, are actually found in Côte de Nuit in the top, which is part of this larger appellation called Côte d'Or. Second, we have Ernest Vineyards. This is from the west side of Sonoma coast. So this is apparently one of the coldest regions in the Sonoma area. On average, Sonoma climate is actually a little bit warmer than Burgundy. Although it is West Sonoma coast is one of the coolest areas in Napa and in the California AVA region, and it is still relatively much warmer than what you're going to get in Burgundy. Sonoma is about like 10 to 18 degrees Fahrenheit warmer than Burgundy in the peak growing seasons. The difference between Burgundy and Sonoma wine is that the Sonoma wine is actually blended from grapes from different estates and vineyards. So you're getting grapes from Mendocino, which is a little bit more north, which you can imagine has a little bit more sun because it's further away and more inland. The biggest thing that these two wines share is that both winemakers are trying to make a sophisticated wine, a wine that is complex, a wine that doesn't drive all of its flavors from just primary fruits that are often coming from just sun exposure, thus sugars from there on. So both of these makers try to strive for long hang time, for slow ripening to really mature those complex and more premium flavors. And we're going to be tasting this side by side to really pull out what those differences are. Stay tuned for more. One more part left to go. And I hope I see you at the event. Bye.